Alrighty, goddamn. We got a new comic book day. So, the special release of this week is Queen in motherfucking Black. Yeah, that's it. Queen in Black. Alright, that's it. I can't believe it's been like a week since I recorded that. That was on Wednesday. But I want to actually review the stuff that I read. But before I can go, spat about Queen in Black and my thoughts about that, I did want to mention I did get some blind bags. I did open them. Unfortunately, you're not able to see my reactions, but I will go more in depth into why I ended up opening them off camera. But before I can talk about that, let me talk about the indie books of the week, which I only got like one, which is Ghost Pepper. This is issue 13. This is actually the start of a new arc, and oh my god, I love it. It's just the issue is, in terms of recommending Ghost Pepper, is the story is really hard to describe to someone, especially if you want to get them into it. Like, I tried explaining this to my friend, motherfucker ended up getting a brain bleed by the time I got done. But the best thing I can say is, if you're a fan of anime, manga, you are going to like this. Yeah, Little Lullaby, the creator of this series, he does the art and he's also the writer. This guy does a lot of things. A lot of things. This guy puts his heart and soul into this book, and you can clearly see it through the pages. If you look through this, this comic, you could definitely see that, like, the way he draws everything feels like an animation cell. In terms of, like, when you're looking at it, you could see the movement in terms of the panels to each panel, which I've never seen that in terms of, like, comics. I've seen that in manga kind of, but yeah, like, I just love the way he draws it. It looks good. It feels like this is meant to be something that should be animated. And yeah, I love it. I do like how this new arc starts. Not gonna go in depth, but give it a try. There's 2 trades, volume 1 and volume 2. The first volume collects the first 6 issues. I think first 6 or 5, and then volume 2, I think it gets like 6 through 12. But yeah, give it a try. It's awesome. And I also ended up getting the variant for it. Hey man, I'm a fan. Okay, but yeah, let's go to DC. And right here we have the annual for Superman. The story is just basically, it shows what happened to Superman after the events of DCKO. And I'm not gonna lie, it's okay. It's alright, It's just more, you get this book out of the curiosity of what happened. But besides that, not really hyped, for anything that comes after, like, what's next in terms of what happens to Superman. Because last week's book did that. This book basically gets us hyped for basically the new Superman arc, which involves Zod. That is what I'm excited for. This book did a better job trying to get you hyped for that. But yeah, I love this cover. But yeah, that was last week's book. And now the other DC book I ended up getting this week. And this is also like a one-shot, like the annual for Superman. This, well, all I gotta say, this book is the only reason why I ended up getting this, because Batman and Luthor teaming up, which is something that you don't normally see. That is something that is abnormal. Oh my god, it's weird. This book is weird. Basically, they stop people doing an arms deal, and then the guys at the arms dealers are waiting for someone to come up to get the weapons, and the person that comes up, they come up by shooting up a house out of the swamp, which is basically where the arms deal is being held at. And yeah, Batman and Lex Luthor go inside that house because that's, oh my god, this book is fucking weird. Yeah, this book is, I don't lie, the only thing that should make you want to read this is just basically Batman and Lex Luthor just having conversations. But besides that, it's okay. This week for DC has been okay as hell, but yeah, alright, let's go to the next one. Right here we have, oh my god, we have the What If for Spider-Man. And yeah, this is if Kraven survived the last hunt, and I can't read this. Let me explain why. I'm still like in the early days of Spider-Man in terms of reading. I'm like in the 70s. This storyline takes place in the 80s, so I definitely can't read this. But I do have it on the sideline when I eventually do get to it. But yeah, and I know it's written by the original creator, so why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Right now we have Alias issue 5. I am a fan of Jessica Jones, so this book was a must. But besides that, the story is, I would say it's pretty decent. You know, Jessica Jones and Typhoid Mary teaming up. That is a weird team up, just like Batman and Lex Luthor. And I would say it works well. It's actually pretty fun to read their interactions and how weird and quirky and weird it fucking gets. But yeah, it's basically those two trying to solve a murder. Yeah, a murder mystery. And I would say the way it ends is kind of interesting, but it was a decent read. It was a decent read. But yeah, I hope they do more Jessica Jones stuff in the future. But yeah, that was this. It was alright conclusion. Now we got Immortal Thor issue 13. I'm not gonna lie, read issues 1 through 6 when they came out. I was interested in the beginning until I wasn't, and the only reason why I got this cover is because I am a fan of this artist. I think they're called Nogi-san. Awesome cover, but that is just a cover buy. It's just a cover buy. But now, we got the Queen and motherfucking Black. And how the fuck do I begin this? First of all, the art is really good. If you read the free comic book, you know that it's the same artist that did that little storyline. It's also within this book as well. And damn, the art is good. But the story itself, it's the first issue. You know, it's decent, but this book really like gets enhanced if you read the side issues that go with it. But yeah, before I get to that, you know, those issues, it's good. I like it, but I feel like it is gonna get better. I just hope it hits the landing, unlike other Marvel events. But yeah, I did get another copy, and I got the Peach Momoko cover, and I just love Peach Momoko. She I'm gonna lie, I do have a good amount of covers of her. She is really good at drawing. I just love her water painting aesthetic that she does, and this is no exception. It looks nice. And now we have another one, my third copy. Yeah, I'm also a fan of J. Scott Campbell, and I like getting any of his covers that come out, same as Peach Momoko, and awesome cover. But now, let's get to the blind bags that I got in. Yeah, the first one I ended up getting was the Ryan Stigman cover. This is a good cover. It's simple, but it's good. I like it. But, oh my god, I got some really crazy ones. I ended up getting the Archer one. But it's not just the regular. I ended up getting like the... What the hell's the name of the ratio? Like the one that doesn't have like the freaking title and everything. This is not easy to get. And I was happy when I got this, because this is one of the covers I was going for. Actually, no, it was the cover I was going for. And the funny thing is, I ended up getting another one. I mean, you can't see it, but I have the cover covering it, you know, for protection. But yeah, I have 2 of these. I intend on selling one of them. I'm not sure for how much, but eventually. But the funny thing is, after that, I ended up getting the normal cover for Argerm. And I'm like, damn, 3 of the Argerms. I mean, it's cool I got 2 of the really cool ones, but damn, a third one. I wanted to trade that one with someone at the comic shop that I go to. And the other one I was thinking of wanting to get was the DNA cover. And guess what? Someone at the shop that wanted the Argerm ended up getting the DNA cover. And guess what? We did the motherfucking trade. And I am a fan of DNA. You know, his covers. You know, this one's really good, but yeah. This was my second choice. But yeah. I would say I am pretty happy of how it turned out. But yeah. You go bask in the glory of that DNA cover. But yeah. Now we have Hela, the Queen in Black. Yeah, Peach Momoko. That's the cover I ended up getting. Shocker. But this cover, I don't know. I prefer this more than the Queen in Black cover, like Peach Momoko. I don't know. Just that tilted head look looks kind of creepy, which makes It fits really well. But this comic should only be read before Queen in Black. That is like a comic that's meant to basically tell the story before Queen in Black happens, like how Hela got her Queen in Black powers. It's an interesting read, but Defenders of Light and Dark, this is the one that that makes this series actually hype as hell. I would say this is actually the best issue. Crazy. Out of the Queen in Black stuff, you would just think it would be the normal issue. No, this one makes that issue better, and this issue is still better. Basically, during the Queen in Black book, that book has a segment where the Light and Dark characters like split up from the Spider-Man characters, and this book shows them after they left that part of the book, and you get to see exactly what their battles are looking like. You know, Cloak is in the Dark team going against the Light team, which is Null, and then the Light team, which is Dagger, going against the Dark team, which is Hela's team. You know, Light versus Dark and shit, you know. And goddamn, this shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. The end of this book caught me off guard. Huge spoiler, someone dies. Someone that I was not expecting. And guess what? It's one of these two. And yeah, I'm just gonna say it was Cloak. They killed him. They goddamn killed my boy Ty, bro. And seeing that it's Marvel, it's probably not gonna be permanent. I hope not, because there's other characters in that team who I would rather have them die than him, you know? But yeah, that shocked me. I thought you would expect a death within the main book, not the side piece issue. What the fuck? But it was good. This one got me hype for this week's Queen in Black stuff, because I think this week we got Queen in Black 2 and a side issue. Yeah, this shit was good. But yeah, I can't wait for this week. But yeah, that's my review of all the shit that came out last week. Yeah, all right, that's it for the video.